Amid the whirlwind of our daily routines, it's all too easy to feel as if we're being swept away by waves of stress and uncertainty. However, there exists a way to stay grounded amid the storm, a timeless path to inner peace. Imagine this. Regardless of the pressures of work, personal disputes, or unforeseen obstacles, you remain composed, steady, and unshaken. This isn't just wishful thinking. This is the foundation of Stoicism, a philosophy that empowers us to gain mastery over our emotions and reactions, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling life. Today, we're delving into the core of Stoicism, uncovering 10 enduring principles that can reshape how you navigate life's unavoidable highs and lows. These aren't mere theoretical concepts. They are practical tools designed for everyday use to help you build resilience and fortitude. Whether you're dealing with a challenging relationship, feeling weighed down by responsibilities, or searching for a deeper purpose, the wisdom of Stoicism provides invaluable insights and actionable strategies to help you thrive. Stay with me as we explore these transformative Stoic teachings, from establishing a firm purpose in life to honing the skill of emotional control. Each principle brings you one step closer to a life where external circumstances no longer have the power to disturb your inner tranquility. By the end of this video, you'll have the knowledge and strategies needed to cultivate a sense of calm and confidence, no matter what life presents. So let's embark on this journey together and uncover how the ancient wisdom of Stoicism can guide you toward unwavering serenity and lasting happiness. If you find value in this content, I'd appreciate a small yet meaningful favor. Hit the subscribe button and make sure to watch the video in its entirety. Principle number 1. Firm purpose. Imagine setting sail across an endless sea without a definite destination. You drift aimlessly at the mercy of every shift in the wind and tide. That's precisely what life feels like when lacking a firm purpose, directionless and vulnerable to external influences. Epictetus stressed the significance of having well-defined purposes, stating that difficulties reveal a person's character, and the greater the challenge, the greater the honor in overcoming it. This is more than just philosophical reflection. It's a call to action. A strong purpose acts as a compass, guiding you through life's turbulent waters. It doesn't simply emerge on its own, but is shaped through deep contemplation about what truly matters to you. This isn't limited to career aspirations or personal accomplishments, but extends to the core values and principles you choose to dedicate yourself to. What do you stand for? Who do you aspire to become? Answering these questions is essential to discovering your firm purpose. Once defined, this purpose serves as an anchor, keeping you steady amid life's uncertainties. Challenges are inevitable, but with a clear purpose, they become easier to handle. What once seemed like insurmountable obstacles transform into stepping stones along your journey. Consider it this way. When your goals and values are sharply defined, the world around you appears smaller. Immense challenges reduced to manageable steps that bring you closer to your ultimate purpose. This inner strength, developed through Stoic wisdom, makes you resilient against life's trials. A firm purpose doesn't randomly appear. It is the product of intentional and deep introspection into what genuinely matters to you. This process takes time and honesty, requiring you to look beyond superficial desires to uncover what truly fuels your existence. This may involve reassessing your life's direction, letting go of old habits, or adopting fresh perspectives. It is a continuous journey of self-discovery and alignment with your true self. Once your purpose is firmly established in your heart, the next step is safeguarding and nurturing it through diligence. This demands persistence and unwavering commitment to your objectives. It means showing up daily, even when faced with adversity. It involves pushing through setbacks and failures, understanding they are part of the path to growth. A firm purpose is not merely a destination. It is a guiding force that directs your life with certainty and resilience. Think of it as a lighthouse in the dark, not only illuminating your way, but also providing stability and reassurance. When life's tempests attempt to knock you off course, your purpose becomes the lifeline keeping you afloat, preventing you from being overwhelmed by emotions or challenges. This is the essence of Stoicism, not merely a set of life principles, but a profound acknowledgement of the strength of will and determination. Epictetus reminds us that true power lies in our ability to remain steadfast in our purpose despite external hardships. Through this lens, nothing is unattainable, and no obstacle can break your spirit. Take time to deeply reflect on your purpose. Write it down, internalize it, and allow it to be your guide. Your firm purpose will serve as your anchor, your guiding light, and your unwavering companion through life's storms. Principle number 2. Guarding your mind. When someone offends us, our natural reaction is to feel hurt and seek retaliation. But here's where Stoicism offers a powerful lesson. Our emotions stem from our thoughts and personal interpretations. This means that we have the ability to choose how we respond in any situation. Instead of allowing offense to consume us, we can view it as an opportunity to strengthen our patience and self-awareness. Think of it this way. Each time you resist the urge to react impulsively, you are strengthening a mental muscle. You are training yourself to stay calm and composed no matter what. Mastering the mind is not just a skill, but an art that requires consistent practice. Begin with small, daily habits that reinforce control over your thoughts. For example, setting and achieving small goals each day helps build confidence and reinforces your ability to manage your mind. Focus on being present and deepening your awareness of your emotions. Recognizing that you have the power to choose your reactions makes you more resilient and less susceptible to negative emotions. Imagine a baker who dedicates their life to perfecting their craft. They do not let excessive criticism or praise dictate their focus. Instead, they remain committed to improving their skills, unaffected by outside opinions. This level of dedication leads to true freedom and inner peace. In the same way, by guarding your mind against external distractions, you can focus on your growth and well-being. Protecting your mind also involves setting boundaries. Be conscious of what you allow into your mental space. Just as you wouldn't let trash accumulate in your home, do not let negative thoughts, toxic influences, or harmful content clutter your mind. Surround yourself with uplifting and inspiring influences. Read books that expand your understanding. Engage in conversations that challenge and refine your thinking. And surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. Stoicism is not merely an ancient philosophy, it is a tool for navigating the modern world. By learning to control our minds and manage our emotions maturely, we achieve genuine peace and freedom in an unpredictable world. This isn't about suppressing emotions, but about understanding them deeply and responding in alignment with our values. One effective technique is practicing mindfulness or meditation. These methods increase awareness of thoughts and emotions, creating space between stimulus and response. In that space lies your power. Through consistent mindfulness practice, you train yourself to observe without reacting impulsively, granting you greater control over your emotional state. Another key aspect of guarding your mind is fostering a growth mindset. View challenges as opportunities to grow, rather than threats to your comfort. When faced with obstacles, remind yourself that each one is a chance to strengthen and expand your resilience. This change in perspective can transform adversity into a source of growth, making you less susceptible to negativity. Guarding your mind is a lifelong practice. It requires continuously focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, responses, and perspectives. Reject the mindset of a victim and embrace the role of an active creator of your own experience. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Over time, external events will hold less and less influence over your inner tranquility. Principle number 3, handling criticism. Epictetus taught that while we cannot control the actions or opinions of others, we do have control over how we respond to them. This principle highlights that even when we face harsh criticism, we have the choice of how much impact we allow it to have on us. In today's world, this means recognizing that everyone holds different perspectives and values, which won't always align with our own. Encountering differing opinions or harsh words is inevitable, but what truly matters is how we interpret and respond to them. The first step in dealing with criticism is developing a deep understanding of ourselves. When you are clear about your motivations and the reasons behind your actions, negative feedback loses much of its power. If you know you are acting in alignment with your values and principles, the criticism of others becomes far less significant. This kind of self-awareness builds a solid foundation that shields you from being easily influenced by external judgments. Instead of reacting defensively to criticism, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself if there is any truth to what is being said. Even when feedback is delivered harshly, it can sometimes hold valuable insights that contribute to personal growth. However, this doesn't mean accepting all criticism as valid. Instead, approaching it with openness demonstrates maturity and a willingness to learn. Stoicism also emphasizes the virtues of patience and gentleness. Patience helps us maintain our composure, preventing us from reacting impulsively or negatively. Meanwhile, gentleness allows us to preserve our relationships even when others disagree with or criticize us. Consider the lives of saints and ascetics who endured insults and harm with unwavering patience and kindness, always staying true to their path. By cultivating patience and gentleness, we can handle criticism without allowing it to disrupt our inner peace. Another important aspect of dealing with criticism is developing a thick skin. This does not mean becoming indifferent or ignoring feedback, but rather strengthening resilience. Not all criticism is about you. Often, people project their own frustrations, insecurities, or misunderstandings onto others. Recognizing this helps you detach from criticism and prevents it from affecting your self-worth. Always remember that you alone have the power to determine your response. This freedom is a core tenet of Stoic philosophy. Just because someone criticizes you does not mean their judgment is the ultimate measure of your character or abilities. You can choose to extract what is useful and let go of the rest. This selective approach to handling criticism enables you to grow without being burdened by negativity. Another effective method is engaging in constructive dialogue. If criticism comes from a close friend or family member, consider discussing it with them. Seek clarification and calmly share your perspective. This not only resolves misunderstandings, but also strengthens relationships through open communication and mutual respect. Your ability to handle criticism gracefully can also serve as an inspiration to others. When people witness you responding with composure, openness, and a willingness to learn, they are more likely to admire your resilience and follow your lead. In doing so, you become a role model of emotional intelligence and Stoic principles in everyday life. Principle number 4, transforming offense. Understanding the root of someone's behavior can help us respond with compassion instead of anger. This doesn't mean excusing bad behavior, but rather recognizing that everyone has struggles. Practicing forgiveness is another powerful technique. Holding on to resentment only harms us. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer. Choosing to forgive frees us from negative emotions. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning the offense, but rather releasing its grip on us. It's a gift we give ourselves, allowing us to move forward with peace and clarity. Stoic philosophy teaches that true strength lies in embracing and overcoming difficulties, not avoiding them. Every offense is an opportunity to build resilience. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, our character strengthens when we face and transform offenses. With practice, external events will have little power over our inner peace. Transforming. Offense is an ongoing practice requiring patience, self-awareness, and a commitment to growth. Each time we choose to transform an offense, we reinforce a positive habit, making it easier to respond constructively in the future. Exercise. When you feel offended, pause and ask, "Why does this bother me?" Try to understand the other person's perspective. Are they acting out of ignorance, fear, or insecurity? Choose a response that aligns with your values rather than reacting emotionally. Principle number 5, overcoming fear and shame. Epictetus taught that we assign meaning to events, creating fear and shame within ourselves. These emotions are not inherent in situations, but are products of our interpretations. Understanding this allows us to change how we perceive and respond to them. Fear often stems from the unknown or anticipated negative outcomes. While it serves as protection, unchecked fear can be paralyzing. Instead of avoiding what scares us, Stoicism encourages us to examine it closely. Ask yourself, what exactly am I afraid of? By breaking it down into specific concerns, fear often loses its power. For example, fear of public speaking may come from a fear of judgment or making mistakes. However, when we analyze it rationally, we realize that audiences are there to listen, not judge harshly. Even if we make mistakes, it's not the end of the world. With practice and preparation, confidence grows and fear diminishes. Shame, a deeply ingrained emotion, can make us feel unworthy. It often arises from societal expectations or past mistakes. Stoicism teaches us to confront shame with courage and self-compassion. Instead of being defined by past errors, we should learn from them. Reflect on the mistake. Why did it happen? What lessons can we take from it? This transforms shame into a source of growth rather than self-loathing. Exercise. List your biggest fears and examine their root causes. Visualize yourself handling those fears with courage. Recall past mistakes and extract lessons rather than dwelling on guilt. Principle number 6, anticipating obstacles. Epictetus suggested that by envisioning potential difficulties, we prepare ourselves to face them calmly. This isn't pessimism, it's realism. By anticipating obstacles, we are not caught off guard, but ready with solutions. A powerful technique for this is premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This involves visualizing potential challenges and planning responses. For instance, before a big meeting, consider what could go wrong: technical issues, tough questions, or nerves. By preparing for these scenarios, we minimize their impact and maintain composure. This practice isn't about dwelling on negativity, but building resilience. When we mentally rehearse handling difficulties, we become more adaptable and composed. Anticipating obstacles also fosters flexibility. Life rarely unfolds as planned, and rigid expectations lead to stress. Accepting uncertainty allows us to adjust with grace. Exercise. Before a significant event, list possible challenges. Plan how you will respond to each obstacle calmly and effectively. Practice gratitude for challenges, as they help build resilience. Principle number 7, inner strength and response. Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Our true power lies in mastering our inner responses rather than altering external circumstances. Adversity is inevitable, but how we respond defines our character and shapes our lives. Cultivating inner strength begins with self-awareness. Recognizing emotions without being overwhelmed is key. This doesn't mean suppressing feelings, but observing and understanding them. When we identify emotional triggers, we can better manage reactions. Stoicism also emphasizes controlling what we can and letting go of what we cannot. Other people's actions and opinions are beyond our control, but our attitudes and responses are within our power. Focusing on what we can control conserves energy and reduces stress. Forgiveness is another pillar of inner strength. Holding on to resentment drains energy and clouds judgment. By forgiving, we release negativity, making room for growth and healing. This doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior, but refusing to let it control us. Exercise. Identify situations where you felt powerless and reframe them by focusing on your response. When faced with adversity, ask, "What can I learn from this?" Keep a journal of challenges you've overcome to reinforce your resilience. Principle number 8, restraining actions. Restraint is not about suppressing emotions, but about controlling reactions. Creating space between stimulus and response allows us to choose our actions wisely. This practice transforms how we interact with the world. For example, when driving in heavy traffic, someone cuts us off. The immediate reaction might be anger or road rage. Instead of acting on impulse, Stoicism encourages us to pause and consider our response. Taking a moment to reflect prevents irrational actions and promotes calmness. By practicing restraint, we cultivate discipline and emotional intelligence. Over time, this ability to pause and choose our reactions becomes second nature, leading to a more composed and thoughtful life. Exercise. When provoked, take a deep breath before responding. Ask yourself if your reaction aligns with your long-term values. Practice self-discipline by intentionally delaying gratification in small daily tasks. By implementing these Stoic principles in daily life, we cultivate emotional resilience, clarity, and inner peace. The more we practice, the more we embody the wisdom of the Stoics, leading to a life of strength, purpose, and serenity. Will honking or shouting improve the situation? Most likely not. Choosing to stay calm allows you to retain control over your emotions and actions, resulting in a more peaceful and less stressful experience. Another key aspect of self-restraint is the ability to delay gratification. In today's fast-paced world, we often seek instant rewards while avoiding discomfort. However, Stoicism teaches us the importance of patience and perseverance. By postponing gratification and focusing on long-term goals, we cultivate discipline and resilience. This principle also applies to communication. In heated discussions or moments of conflict, emotions can easily take over, leading us to say things we might later regret. Practicing restraint in speech is a core lesson of Stoicism. Before speaking, take a moment to consider the impact of your words. Are they constructive? Do they align with your values? By speaking with intention and mindfulness, you can foster stronger, more respectful relationships. Developing self-restraint requires both self-awareness and discipline. It involves being conscious of impulses and actively choosing to manage them. This may mean setting personal boundaries, practicing mindfulness, or building habits that support your goals. If you tend to procrastinate, structuring a schedule can help maintain focus and productivity. If anger is a struggle, relaxation techniques can help you stay calm in stressful situations. Stoicism emphasizes the value of acting based on reason rather than impulse. This entails making decisions through careful consideration of the situation and its consequences. Picture yourself facing a major decision at work. Instead of making a rash choice, take the time to gather relevant information, weigh pros and cons, and ensure your decision aligns with your values and objectives. This reasoned approach results in better outcomes and a greater sense of control. Practicing restraint is not about inaction or passivity. Rather, it's about being deliberate and intentional in the choices we make. It's understanding that actions have consequences and taking responsibility for them. By cultivating self-restraint, we become more effective in achieving our goals while maintaining inner peace. Regular reflection can further strengthen our ability to exercise restraint. Take a few moments each day to evaluate your behavior and identify areas where more restraint could have been applied. What triggered your impulses? How might you respond differently next time? This ongoing process of self-assessment enhances self-awareness and reinforces the commitment to acting with intention. Another useful strategy for restraining actions is developing a daily mindfulness practice. Mindfulness keeps you present and aware, enabling you to recognize impulsive urges and respond thoughtfully. Whether through meditation, deep breathing, or mindful observation, integrating mindfulness into your routine can significantly improve self-control. Principle number 9, the power of acceptance. Acceptance is the first step toward effective action. Resisting reality drains energy and creates unnecessary suffering. Take the example of losing a job. It's natural to feel upset and anxious about the future. However, accepting the situation allows you to focus on the next steps. Updating your resume, networking, or exploring new career opportunities. This proactive mindset helps you navigate challenges more effectively while reducing emotional distress. One way to cultivate acceptance is through mindfulness and meditation. These practices train you to stay present and aware, allowing you to observe thoughts and emotions without judgment. With regular mindfulness practice, you develop the ability to accept each moment as it unfolds, including its imperfections and uncertainties. This foundation of acceptance fosters inner peace and resilience. Stoicism teaches that acceptance is not about resignation, but about finding strength in adversity. Every challenge, no matter how difficult, presents an opportunity for growth and learning. When facing difficulties, ask yourself, what can I take from this experience? How can this situation contribute to my personal development? This shift in perspective turns obstacles into stepping stones for growth. Acceptance also means letting go of perfectionism. Many of us strive for perfection in our careers, relationships, and personal achievements. However, this constant pursuit can lead to stress and dissatisfaction. By acknowledging that perfection is unattainable, we can appreciate our progress and efforts instead. This doesn't mean lowering our standards, but rather embracing the reality that imperfections are part of being human. Accepting setbacks with self-compassion allows us to live more fully and authentically. Gratitude is another powerful tool in fostering acceptance. Shifting focus from what we lack to what we have changes our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Practicing gratitude helps us recognize the positives in our lives, even during difficult times. By making gratitude a habit, we reinforce a more optimistic outlook and strengthen our ability to accept life as it is. Acceptance also extends to our relationships. Often we have expectations of how others should behave, leading to frustration when they don't meet them. By accepting people as they are, flaws and strengths included, we cultivate more fulfilling and harmonious relationships. This does not mean tolerating harmful behavior, but rather understanding that each person has their own journey and challenges. By practicing empathy and compassion, we create space for genuine connections and mutual growth. Principle number 10, living. According to nature, Stoic philosophers like Epictetus emphasize that living according to nature means recognizing our role in the world and acting in alignment with our rational and social nature. At its core, this principle is about living authentically and in harmony with the universe. Living according to nature begins with self-awareness. It requires deep introspection to understand who we truly are. Reflecting on our values, strengths, and purpose allows us to make choices that align with our authentic selves, rather than simply conforming to external pressures or societal expectations. This principle also involves accepting the natural cycles of life. Just as seasons change, our lives go through different phases: growth, stability, decline, and renewal. By embracing these transitions, we navigate life's changes with greater ease and acceptance. Living according to nature also means cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These guide us through challenges and help us make ethical choices. Wisdom provides clarity and sound judgment. Courage enables us to face adversity and take necessary action. Justice ensures that we act fairly and with integrity. Temperance fosters self-control and balance. By developing these virtues, we align our actions with our rational nature. Stoicism also teaches us to live harmoniously with others. As social beings, we are interconnected with those around us. Recognizing our interdependence and contributing to the well-being of our community is part of living naturally. This involves practicing empathy, cooperation, and compassion. When we support others and build meaningful relationships, we fulfill our social nature and create a more positive and supportive environment. Another component of living according to nature is embracing simplicity and focusing on what truly matters. In a world filled with distractions and materialistic pursuits, it's easy to lose sight of our true priorities. Stoicism encourages us to strip away excess and prioritize our core values and essential needs. This may involve simplifying our lifestyle, nurturing meaningful relationships, and dedicating time to personal growth. By focusing on what truly brings fulfillment, we create space for genuine happiness. Acceptance and gratitude play essential roles in living according to nature. Letting go of the need to control every outcome allows us to trust the process of life. Being grateful for what we have helps shift our mindset toward contentment. Gratitude enables us to recognize abundance and cultivate a sense of peace. Living according to nature also means being mindful of our environmental impact. As part of the natural world, we have a duty to protect and preserve it. As we conclude our exploration of these Stoic principles, remember this: true power lies not in controlling the external world, but in mastering your own mind and actions. Embrace Stoic wisdom and let it lead you toward a life of resilience, peace, and fulfillment.